If you told me about 10 years ago that I would be overlooking Kid Cudi to review 21 Savage, I would probably tell you I wouldn't believe you. After 5 long years of no solo albums from 21 Savage, we finally have one in the form of American Dream, his third studio album since I Am, I Was. 21 Savage is one of those artists who has improved with time. He's kind of like a red wine in that regard. The first time I ever heard about him was the XXL freshman class of 2016, where he was featured alongside artists like Lil Dicky, Designer, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Yachty, Denzel Curry, to name a few. And I thought his sound was very, mellow. And if you've been following me since my Instagram days, you know how I feel about albums like Issa and I Am, I Was. But on this album particularly, I was pleasantly surprised. Even those songs where he just hits the mark, they still hit pretty well. Or they have something about them that makes them catchy enough to be like, all right, I'll keep listening to them. Perfect example of this is the song Redrum to me. You know, upon first listen, I wasn't really amazed with the sound of the song. I thought it was very standard for what you'd expect from music. But I will say that beat does catch you right away. It's like that Italian choir, the type of shit that you'd see in The Godfather, if you will, or even in horror movies like The Shining, which this song very often references. But again, it's one of those songs that really took me a minute to really get into. After 3 or 4 listens, I was into it, but it's that beat that really caught my attention. The verses, not so much. 21 Savage also comes in with his frequent collaborators, usually being Metro Boomin and Young Thug, namely. For every beat Metro Boomin produces on this album, I am not disappointed in any regard whatsoever. Some notable mentions are Pop Your Shit, Dangerous, Just Like Me. I especially want to talk about Dangerous and Just Like Me. You know that point I was making about how all the verses don't really seem too exciting to me? Yeah, the features on here are unbelievable. I did mention Young Thug, and I wasn't amazed too much by him, but Lil Durk on Dangerous is dangerous. Burna Boy on Just Like Me is unbelievable. Mariah the Scientist on Dark Days gives me something that kind of reminds me of Cranberries a little bit, but still, she delivered on an incredible hook for that song. And just like all the features, I was blown away. In fact, if I'm going to be honest with you, the features really made this album for me. And while I'm not exactly as impressed with 21 on this album like I was on Heroes and Villains or something like Her Loss, I think he still delivers on something that I was really impressed with. I think if you go into this album expecting exactly what you would expect from a 21 Savage album, then you sure as hell won't be disappointed. But for first-time listeners, it may take you a few times to really get into this album. It's not something that will catch your attention right away. It may take you a few listens. 21 Savage's American Dream is getting me 3 out of 5 scratches. I don't think that this is an album that's gonna blow you away, knock your socks off. I think the features might, but I don't think 21 is going to on this. I think fans of 21 Savage are absolutely going to eat this album up, especially even if you're a fan of Travis Scott, Young Thug, especially Metro Boomin. I think it's just right there for me. I think it's a great listen. I certainly think you should check it out if you're interested in 21 Savage. But personally, all around, I just think it's a good version of All Right, and I think it's worth giving a listen if you are curious about 21 Savage. You'll find something here that you will enjoy, but this isn't an album that's gonna knock your socks off. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Did you like this album? Did you not like this album? Let me know down in the comments below. Additionally, while you're down there, don't forget to scratch that like button or even subscribe if you want to stay up to date on the latest Scratch Entertainment content. Additionally, if you want to stay more up to date, don't forget to ringy-ding that little bell. Additionally, if you're an independent artist looking to make it big and want to get discovered, reach out to me. I would be happy to chat with you and do a story or a profile piece on you for Scratch Entertainment. Let's chat on my Instagram DMs or my TikTok DMs if you prefer either or, up to you. More content coming soon. Stay scratchy, my friends.